emails. And since we're using Gmail as our tool, we teach them how to log in, how to compose and read and reply to emails. And by the third week, we'll teach them about attachments, how to save attachments, how to compose with attachments. And in the very, very last week, we'll tell them how to we'll tell them how to create folders and organize files within these folders. And we'll open up to general questions for the audience, because most of them actually come in with questions. And with each classes, we actually give them handouts. So then, if we're talking and they miss an instruction, they'll be able to refer to the handout to ease the scared, and they'll be more confident in what they're doing. And it'll be for future use, to refresh their memory in the future if they want to do the same thing with what they've learned in class. And in each class, we'll have one instructor, we have 9 volunteers, and we have 18 participants. And there are actually several reasons why we want a 2-to-1 ratio for our volunteers and our participants. If I can bring your attention back to my pilot test observation, we know that they like to practice. So in our lesson plans, we designed it so that we're demoing their task, and they'll have lots of time to practice the task. And so during the practice session, they will have tons of questions, and they might have forgotten something. So you'll have to ask. They'll have someone to ask during these practice sessions. And it just sort of eased the intimidation of the scare to break the computer. And with adult learners, they're more practical and goal-oriented. So they actually come in with questions, with things that they want to do. And with more attention, one-to-one attention, we're able to help them with all these individual questions. And we're able, with this 2-to-1 ratio, we're able to accommodate the large differences in their learning abilities and previous knowledge, as well as the motor skill issue that I talked about at the beginning. So whenever we actually design and deploy a course like this, we usually want to do some sort of evaluation to see how well you did. So we actually have 2 forms of evaluation. We have evaluation with our participants, and we have evaluations with our volunteers. So with the participants, we use questionnaires, and the questionnaires, the first page involves a 5-point linear skills, and we have open-ended questions on the second page to get qualitative feedback from these individuals. And with our volunteers, we have informal interviews, not necessarily on the training track. We do it more or less in this building. And so what exactly did they say in these evaluations? Well, it was indicated to us that our participants really enjoy the course. They really enjoy the socializing that we offer them during the coffee breaks. And they told us that we've inspired them to learn even more things. They've asked us for advanced courses, and so they really want to learn. They've even asked us if we can go into their house individually to help them with more advanced skills. So with our volunteers, we actually asked 2 things. We asked, why do they want to join our program? And what do they actually get out of our program? So I'll start off with the first one. Why do they want to join our program? It was said that they really like the idea of helping the elderly to be able to communicate and stay in touch with their families using emails and technology that we have nowadays. And what exactly did they gain after volunteering with us? Well, they said they will have they gain satisfaction liked to talk with these seniors. And they actually learned skills that they didn't know themselves. So we were teaching little shortcut tricks that even our volunteers didn't know about them. So what did we learn after doing all these things? Well, we learned about coordination. So we have organized meetings to communicate between our volunteers, trying to build that trust that I talked about earlier between our volunteers, and make sure everything's flowing smoothly. And these meetings actually act as a group hug for us, just to get to know each other a little more. And we've also learned about administrative stuff. Because we're delivering an internet course, we couldn't possibly ask the seniors to register online to try and get into our course. So then we actually had to acquire a full-time secretary to deal with all the registration. And the result of that was our phone number was unusable for about a week. And so the lessons learned over there is that we probably can't use phone registration next time. So what we're going to do next time, we will get our separate mailbox, and we'll have people using snail mail sending in their registration and application forms. Yeah, another thing that we do, practice. As I said before, they love to practice. They don't want to know why. And some of these people, they don't have